Hi people, it's Chrissy Sawyer here again. How are you doing? Well, we knew it was going to get dynamic. Dynamic doesn't really cover it. It's just, I'm running out of language. I'm tripping over the distorted, archaic language that we have, confusing language that we have. I'm tuning into many and all at once energy. I really felt the moon at the weekend. I can't even remember if it was a full or a new moon or what sign it was in. Honestly, don't remember. I've never had moon energy speak to me so clearly, like so clearly. So I'm curious about Mars energy and Mars ending its 3,000-year retrograde. All that holding back energy now, it's like I can really feel some masculine energy that took me on a walk yesterday that was exhilarating, absolutely exhilarating. So for me, what the masculine is saying is it's time to make some difficult and uncomfortable and very loving choices. And what I'm seeing really clearly is it's like there's kind of two worlds coming together or flowing in and out of one another. And I'm going to call these the higher mind and the lower mind. And the higher mind is somehow less noisy, more settled. Can think in a more aligned, expansive, simple way. Has transcended the paradigms of deferment, deference. Is deferment even a word? You see, I don't care. The program of deference and that which is greater than me, that keeps me small and bowing to it. And all that entails, which is kind of where the lower mind is now meeting the higher mind. And so in the amazing souls that I know who are choosing to use this year and really squeeze the lemon to do as much of their soul work as possible, it's going to be quite a powerful time. And it's going to bring us lots of choices, many of which we will want to run from. And it's bringing me a big choice, and there's serious change coming for all of us. I'm not special. And I'm just going to hurl myself at it, because all year long I've been hurling myself at that which makes me uncomfortable, just to kind of break down the ego and, you know, keep messing it up and tweaking and refining. So on Sunday, I just seem to be in this constant download at the moment. I had this really powerful dream last night, none of which I can remember. And I woke up and the time was 1:11. So I'm handling quite a bit of fire at the moment and having to really practice my temperance. So yeah, 111, which is download city, you know. And so I was making videos between 1 and 4 o'clock this morning, all in the ether. They're all out there. You'll have to log on to the ether server to see them. But they were quite intelligent. This, however, because I'm fully awake, may not be. So coming back to the point, which is the higher mind is meeting the lower mind now, which tells me we've done some colossal work. So bloody well done to us. You know, if we've managed to pull these fields in together to a point where there's very little blocking one from seeing the other, then we've done some colossal work. So maybe raise a wee glass to yourself, you know, at the weekend or now, whatever. Higher and lower mind. So Sunday and the moon. And I just got instruction after instruction after none of it was willowy. It was try this, do that, calculate that. And what I've been asking myself for a while now is, does this uplift me? So I've been examining my whole world, okay, under the radar. Does this uplift, inspire, love, hold, or sometimes even carry me lovingly, free from codependence? And that's really helping me gain some discernment between that higher and lower mind, because the lower mind tends to crave and need and feed, which keeps it in the cycle. And the cycle that I want to speak to you today about is something I know of as limbic hijack. We'll come to that in a minute, or that might even be a part 2. And so I did the numbers for Sunday, and they were really, really pertinent. So stepped into that energy and started working with it. And I decided that by the 30th of November, which is my birthday, I am going to be completely off Facebook. So I want to bring that, I thought I wanted to bring that to you a couple of days ago, but clearly there was another plan. Because every time I ask Facebook, how do you support me? It kind of, you know, just deflates like a balloon. It's like, you know, I keep saying, prod the system until it pushes back, and that tends to be where the truth sits. That's the immovable, inviolate truth. And some of us don't want to see that truth in ourselves. You know, this is one of the energies that we're working with, is this Black Lilith, which is our dark, dark, hidden, unknown, maybe shameful, maybe embarrassing, embarrassed, you know, all of that old stuff. But she's a mighty powerful warrior, Lilith, when you take her hand and let her strip you naked until you've nothing to hide, you know. Because between these two worlds, the higher and the lower, what we're building now is literally a new ground to stand on through this 11 energy, burning the old down to the ground with love, with compassion, with all the new ingredients that we haven't really been using massively, understanding. So that was my decision on Sunday. And then the Sunday was the 15th, which is a number of, for me, it's a number of spiritual alchemy. And from the 15th to the 30th, is 15 days. So I'm going to take myself through a 15-day long alchemical process to lovingly honor my, I think, 16-year relationship. This is a 16-year relationship with Facebook. And not just to shame it and delete it, but to really go through my timeline and connect with it using this me that didn't really exist back in 2004. It's going to be fascinating. And also to download any pictures that I want to save and just make it a tender process of saying goodbye. So I'm going to jump back to the limbic hijack now. And if I look in the system for where do I see limbic hijack playing out, it's Facebook. Okay. So in the summer, I took down my LinkedIn page because that didn't hold me, love me, support me. It just a very, very different energy. And nothing changed. Nothing changed. Well, yeah, my IGS is arguing with that. My internal guidance system is arguing with that. I hear you. Yeah, stuff did change. Nothing is wasted. And when I look back at maybe the last, well, this year, let's just take 2020, my Facebook page is just me posting my YouTube videos, really, with the exception of 2 or 3 other posts or sharing one of my blog posts. There's no real relationship there. And some of the stuff that's getting shared on Facebook is hijacking my emotional center. Now I can completely go down that rule. Interesting. And I can keep re-triggering the amygdala to keep re-traumatizing myself with everything we believe is going on in the world. Yeah? I can absolutely do that. No shame. Am I choosing to do that? No. No. I want a stronger stability. A stronger stability. And if I can't get into right relationship with my relationships on Facebook, then I might have to say thank you and good night. I don't think there's a might about it. And again, I'm going to allow myself the room to change my mind. But here now, by the 30th of November, my birthday celebration will be, I'm leaving Facebook. Mechanics of that are when you take down a private page, you also take down your business page. And that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. So for me, it's about really building a beautiful world around me, which I've been doing since 2014. And I've come a long way. And this birthday for me takes me out of an 8 cycle, which is change on every level. Yep, tick, done that, into a 9 cycle, which is endings. And as I look at my birthday numbers, they contain the 369 code, which really confirms for me this, I don't know, multi-dimensional arrival of being able to witness several timelines all at once. Hence my overwhelm last week. That was all coming in, just really opening up my vision. But it takes some handling, okay. So now what's happening is we have these two beautiful cards. Turn that way around. I will and I feel, okay, which basically say to me, what do you choose to feel? Because nothing happens to you. If you're in a space where you believe life is happening to you and you have no control over it, then have a look at that, because there's some powerlessness there, some victimness there. You're the creator, you're the architect of your world. That's what makes you so brilliant. So with all this energy going on, a friend of mine, mysteriously, well, it wasn't mysteriously, a friend of mine, extremely bright chap, we chat about like crazy. We chat like crazy. And we were talking about algorithms. As you do, I'm a bit of a nerd. We're talking about algorithms. And he introduced me to a different algorithm, which is an evolving algorithm. So kind of YouTube algorithm, this is my ignorant understanding. So my understanding of, say, the YouTube algorithm is it sees what I like and it feeds me more based on my parameters. The evolving algorithm is where we are with AI. So our conversation obviously went into where are we with artificial intelligence. So the guy's a scientist. Okay, so when we talk like that, I'm totally student. So he sent me a link to this YouTube film, which I'm going to share in the description box. And it's called AlphaGo. And I'm only halfway through watching it. It's film length. I'm only halfway through watching it, and the emotions it is evoking in me are helping me see a knowingness that I've never been able to see before. And I'm coining it the elegant universe. It's making me feel some kind of way. So it's basically a computer taking on a world champion at the game called Go, which I gather is the oldest competitive game in the world. Watch the film. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but what that clearly is echoing is the lower mind meeting the higher mind. And the bit in the film that repeats and repeats that breaks my heart is the human mind is so full of viruses that the AI can come in and change the rules like that. Now, in our world, you can't do that. That's impolite, that's discourteous, that's cheating. Names, names, names. Really? Prove it. What's the equation for that? The machine just goes, this isn't working, I'm going this way. But that's not in the rules, but I'm going that way. Hidden dragon. Hidden dragon. This is raw creativity. The computer program is evolving and it's learning. And it's learning. And it's not learning at the deference of its opponent. So it's not being polite to its opponent. It is its own entity. It's just such a fantastic, it's like the synchronicity at the moment is blowing my mind of the higher meeting the lower and giving us the choices to make. Where do I want to be in this? Okay. Where I want to be is I want to be in my peace. I just want to be in my peace and my joy and my love. And so I notice as I reach out to this, what comes into my world, what comes crashing into my world to maybe pull me back into this. It's like, but it's a choice. What do I choose to feel now? Now that I'm standing on really strong ground in my own stability, do I choose this? Okay, so at the moment I'm not choosing Facebook. I'm gonna begin an extended and loving goodbye to Facebook, and I'm gonna celebrate the ending on the 30th of November. I don't know how. By taking my pages down and just keeping my focus with YouTube. Why? Because it fills me with joy. That's what gives me joy. Facebook gives me no joy. And I might stay on Instagram. I quite like that. It's quite fluffy and light, and there's nothing too heavy really that I've stumbled across on Insta. So I'll keep Insta because I like playing with graphics. So I will always want to upload graphics and a few words. So they're my two choices at the moment. So I'm going to end this now because I see the time. The card I didn't show you is Saturn, Chronos, time. Yes, I'm going to go for now. There may be another one this week, or there may not. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is, well, all my contact details are in the description box. I've made a slide with all my contact details on. So I'll also be making more podcasts. That's a story for another day. So they allow me to channel, because me coming to camera and tuning in and doing a half-hour piece like this may not be that interesting for you. So I'm going to start doing more podcasts because the channeling is just stepping up. You know, waking up at 111 in the morning is a pretty clear indicator that I maybe need to go in a different direction. So anyway, I am sending you guys so much love and thanks. From the collective to the collective. Can I do that? Thanks for all the work that we've put in, for all the clearing, for all the destruction of illusion, for all the nakedness and the willingness to take off our emperor's clothes. I'll leave you with my love. I'm going to go and get a cup of tea now, and I may speak to you again soon. Lots of love. Take care.